good witch, schooled in the Wiccan rule of three. All positive and negative you put out into the world comes back to you threefold. Karma is real. Previous spells were all sparkly fairy dust blessings, self-empowerment, healing, seances, solitary sex magic. No one can remain a May Queen forever. Persephone's spring maiden matures to Kate's icy crone. There are times when the necessity of self-defense of one's bodily autonomy and home safety calls for desperate measures. I've crossed over to the dark side once. I pray I've never driven to that again. Hey, caveat. I live there now. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. But I'm not a Christian. I'm a Wiccan. Forgive me, Persephone, Queen of the May, for committing black magic among the Beltane flowers. The very next day, karmic negativity returns threefold, as I knew it would. Entropy, an online magazine I write for frequently, changes nonfiction editors, making me doubt for a long time if they want any more of my food essays. I don't submit for a long time after that last cupcake essay. I see a lone cockroach left over from Hollywood on my stove. Have they invaded? I squash it with my fingertip. Upset and exhausted, my mother and sister with frantic texts. The day afterward, I turned my broom back right side up to place the half-burned black candle with a cheerful yellow one. Pray for the cosmic balance of the universe to be restored. Pray, 3, foreboding reprisals or significant karma for my act. I will tell you the story. I live alone in a house that has been passed down in my family since it was built. My parents are my landlords. Amazing blessing, but anything given can also be taken away. My 70-year-old father's benevolent compassion verges on reckless senility at times. In his baby boomer naivete, growing up in a small town, he still trusts people. Believes people are good, can be helped. A beautiful sort of innocence. To my cynical Gen X experience, vulnerable compassion leads nowhere but ruin. I used to believe itinerant homeless men could be saved. Helped. That my privilege came with a responsibility to rescue lost souls. A long series of living boyfriends later, someone I was engaged to, supporting, who drove me to relapse, harder drugs than previous. The police came. I was beaten. Told to file a domestic violence police report at the clinic where I went for a broken rib. Strangled over drunken whispers about taking my body to the river. At 40, I decided solitary celibacy was my only option for future survival. I have a cat and a vibrator. I'm good. I now realize being a mentally ill woman with an addictive, abusive past is a titanic lifeboat situation. My only path to survival is a single set of footsteps, shoving Leonardo DiCaprio off that lifeboat. I didn't stick around in AA long enough to sponsor for that reason. Relapse City, baby. You can imagine my alarm when my well-meaning landlord father floated this suggestion. His friend was in a bad way. Could he park his trailer outside my home? There's this side yard. This strange older man I had never met. We were Facebook friends for a while. Chatted online once. He sent me his half-finished novel. From Facebook, I knew he lost his medical license due to opioids. I know from his comments on my posts he could be romantically interested in me. Fascinated by me, he said in a lengthy, passionate comment about my paintings that made me very uncomfortable. My father thought his companionship would enrich my life. Bullshit. How about destroying my precarious momentary peace like every other man always has? When something happens enough times, you're wise to learn that lesson. On the battlefield of love, I learned every man I am not related to is a potential abusive, addictive, alcoholic rapist. Make better choices next time, the locksmith said, when he changed the locks on my apartment after I kicked out that detox fling turned booze relapse. Good choices looks like a spinster cat lady. 2013's Detox, Rehab, and Recovery called VAA had many vital lessons. All faith in the innate goodness of humanity was utterly destroyed. Keep coming back, and the 12 steps traps you in this predatory recovery industry. A big business whose success is built on your failure. Everyone is an alcoholic addict teetering on the verge of relapse. Be especially afraid of the so-called sober people you're supposed to trust. Cult leaders. They're the most dangerous exploiters of them all. No one can be trusted anymore. But hey, at least I'm sober. Totally worth it. Painful lessons. Life is pain. Titanic America sinks into opioids, riots, and fascism. I am alone on lifeboat Medicare. Marooned on this solitary island of total sobriety. Anyone else on this island, it would get right Fire Festival, Lord of the Flies up in here. A big lesson of recovery was, if someone mentions drug connections at all, they're really a raging addict. If an unemployed, defrocked opioid doctor had keys to my home, to use the bathroom and kitchen, as of course my naively trusting idiot father would supply him, how long until my TV and jewelry were hawked, Oxycontin dealt out of the side yard? Best case scenario would be a simple relapse, or paying for his meals out of my disability check. He could put me in an institution after seeing how bad shit I am, so we could take the house. Resistance would result in eviction, either for insubordination or calling 911 over domestic violence. I know who's going to hit me. Everyone has. There's no possible way that arrangement could end well for me. This dangerous suggestion was what drove me to the dark side. My absolutely not empathetic to my landlord parents, I still felt in moral peril. I decided the full arsenal was required. Witchcraft. A black magic banishing spell. I would protect my land and bodily autonomy, even if that meant I made an unholy deal with the gods, goddesses, and ghosts. I would be scorched earth forever alone, if that would permit me to survive. When I turned 40, I resolved to be a celibate recluse to preserve sobriety and avoid further rape. Sacrifice was familiar company. I had to salt the earth so no weeds could grow.